but you should feel the difference immediately after doing these exercises. Today, we have the iconic Christian Louboutin Sole Chic pump. This video is going to be a little bit different than usual. We are going to be doing some exercises, and these exercises, this little workout, is meant to help you get into these Sole Chics with better ease. If you have ever put on a pair of Sole Chics and you hadn't worn them in a while, I think you'll notice that you're just walking differently. And I think the walking can feel really, really awkward at first. And I think that's why some people kind of just stay away from wearing their Sole Chics. But this video is meant to help you get back into them and make them feel a little bit more comfortable. Now, I would encourage you before you even start to just put your pair of Sole Chics on and just kind of walk around to see how they feel, and really just pay attention to how your legs are moving. You can see in this video that I bend my knee quite a lot, and that can just mean that I don't have the flexibility in my ankles, so I'm kind of just compensating by bending my knee in order to just be able to walk. So just kind of walk around, see how your joints are moving, and just really pay attention to that and see how you feel. Just like any exercise video, we do need some equipment. So I am putting out my Alo Yoga Mat. I really, really like this one. I just love the color pink, as you probably have noticed, and it's just a really good durable yoga mat. The other thing we're gonna need is just a towel. So you can just get like a little bath towel and roll it up, and we're just going to use this for some of the exercises so our kind of foot is up in the air. And I'm just putting on my favorite socks. These are from Lululemon, and they do have some compression where your arch is, which is why I really like it. It kind of gives you a little bit of feedback to help those muscles that support your arch. So I really, really like these socks. They are my favorite. You've probably seen these in a different video, but all right. So you can either sit down in long sitting or lie down, and we are just kind of moving our ankles back and forth. And this is just to get a dynamic warm up. So we're just starting with some ankle pumps. Ankle pumps really just help kind of get that circulation going. It's important when you're doing these to try and just go through the full range of your ankles. And usually I like to do about 10 of these, and then we're going to be doing some circles. We're doing these both clockwise and counterclockwise, 10 in each direction. And I made this workout so, if you feel like you are going to be wearing your Sole Chics, you can come back to this video and you don't have to memorize everything, and just kind of hit play when the exercises start and just do the workout with me. All right, so now we're standing and we're just going to be doing some calf raises. These calf raises are meant to help just engage your calf muscles, because when we are wearing those heels, our calf muscles are working really hard. And if they're not engaged, that's when you can feel more pressure on the bottom of your foot. Now, if doing calf raises on two legs is pretty easy for you, you can try doing a single leg calf raise, which adds a little bit more challenge. So you do want to feel like you're pretty tired at the 10th rep, so just keep that in mind. If doing them on both of your feet is really easy, then just go to one foot. All right, so now we are going back to the floor. Now, these are just some toe curls. We are also going to be doing 10 of these. These toe curls really are to help with those smaller muscles in your foot and really to help with supporting your arch. So these are really, really important. We don't do toe curls in our everyday life, so this is just a really important exercise to help support your foot. And with these, I did remove the yoga mat because it's easier for the towel to glide on the tile. So just keep that in mind. All right, now the next exercise, I did take off my socks just so that you're able to see them better, but what you're supposed to be doing here is lifting up your big toe and then alternating with your little toes. So this exercise has a few benefits. So we're kind of just activating the muscles that control our toe. When we are in those socates, our toes are pretty much up the entire time just because of the angle and the way that the socates are made. So this exercise really helps to engage those muscles to be used appropriately, and also helps support the arch. So really, really good overlooked exercise. It can be difficult to get initially. I am kind of struggling here, but the more you do it, and the more practice you get in, it should be easier. All right, so after those exercises, we always want to stretch. So stretching our calf muscle is important because we just did all of those exercises. So the first stretch that I'm doing, your back leg is straight. So make sure that knee is nice and straight. And then the front leg is bent and you're kind of just leaning forward until you feel a nice stretch in the back of your calf. It's really important that you don't overstretch when you're doing this, and you just want to lean forward until you feel just a slight stretch and just hold it there. So you want to be able to hold this stretch for about 30 seconds to a minute. You really want to make sure that your foot is in line with your heel. So just make sure those toes are pointing forward. All right, now let's go ahead and switch legs and stretch out our other side. Again, just make sure that you have good alignment, proper form, lean forward, and we will hold this stretch again. Another reason why these calf stretches are really important, especially for people that wear heels a lot, is over time, if you're not stretching out that calf muscle, it can start to become shortened, and you definitely don't want to lose mobility at your ankle. The second stretch that we're doing, we are bending both knees. So that back knee is going to be bent, and then you're going to be leaning forward on that front leg. And you should feel a nice deep stretch in your calf. It's just a deeper stretch. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Now, again, we are stretching the back leg. So first our knee is straight, and that's our calf muscle. And then the second time our knee is going to be bent. And just make sure you keep those heels on the ground. If they start lifting, then you're probably bending your knees too far. Again, we are going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds to a minute. And you want to hold on to something. You can lean against the wall. That way we're getting a good stretch without really worrying about our balance. We want to be able to have good, nice range throughout our entire lifespan. So this is a really, really good stretch, even to do after you're wearing those socates. All right, now that we've done all of our exercises and stretched out our calf muscle, we're just going to do, again, some dynamic stretching for our butt and our toes. So we're just bending our toes forward and back, and that really helps to stretch out the top of your foot, which we all know is in that position while we are wearing those socates. So again, I'm just doing 10 back and forth to help get some mobility in those toes. Now this video is longer than the exercises were, so these exercises shouldn't take you very long. You should be able to do them in about 5 minutes. So just keep that in mind. It's a quick, good little workout to do before you wear your Sole Cates. If you are a chronic heel wearer, I would encourage you to do these exercises and start probably about 2 to 3 times a week until your foot kind of gets used to it. You may have some delayed onset muscle soreness, which would be completely normal, but the more you do these exercises, the stronger you will get. So just keep that in mind. All right, now we can step back into our Sole Cates and try and really feel the difference of how your foot feels when you put them on. The difference can be subtle, but you should feel the difference immediately after doing these exercises. If you notice, my walking has improved. My knee isn't bending as much. I'm not compensating anymore for my lack of ankle mobility, and it's just a great little workout to do before you wear these beautiful shoes. As always, stay Sole Chic and let me know what you'd like to see in the next videos. Please like and subscribe so you can continue making more videos on all things designer shoes.